Hey, welcome back to another episode for Life for Living Well. My name is Richard. Before I dive into the topic that I have for us this week, I'd like to say one or two things. If you'd like to join the community or become a member, all it takes is to just subscribe with your email on our website at www.lifeforlivingwell.com. And if you also like to say our YouTube channel. So if you go to the YouTube and just type Life for Living Well, and you will see some of these podcasts on our YouTube channel. We also stream straight to the Spotify and other different platforms that you listen and watching us. So let's dive into without taking much of your time. The topic that I'm looking at this week is what we call embrace your challenges and why you should embrace your challenges. Evidence shows us that it is the only way it helps you to improve or increase your resilience, and you can also use your resilience to turn into struggles into personal growth. That every time we see problem, we see challenges, we should have a mindset of a champion, which is a mindset of what lessons that lie here, how can I make this thing become a benefit for myself and the other people. So the topic once again is what I call embrace your challenges, how resilient turns struggles into personal growth. And if you already following this podcast for a while, you will notice that we always start our podcast by using one or two individuals and build our message around it. So this particular topic, I'll be taking quote from China Miéville and put it this way. When things do not go your way, remember that every challenge contains within it the seed of opportunity and growth. And that is so true. And what is irony about this particular quote is that today's world, everyone, when we reach a bottom in our personal life, in our relationship, maybe in the economy in the country, everybody is looking for a way of getting away and running away. And only the few or many that see the opportunity and they're trying to fix the problem. Even people from far away can see the opportunity and moving back to where people are moving out from. That's where one of my favorite books that I read a long time ago is The Richest Man in Babylon. Although it's mostly about financial, but the most important thing of lesson of that book also that you cannot take away is the woman nature, is our mindset. So life's setbacks are not obstacle to your success. Why did I say that? Because they are often the very tools that shape your resilience, character, and personal growth. So think about it this way. Life itself, it rarely unfolds exactly as we expect. And some of the things that the Buddha mentioned, that the suffering comes from our own desire, we always have expectation, maybe expectation we have about relationship, expectation we have from friends, expectation we have from job, expectation we have from our manager, and we feel disappointed when those expectations did not met. So the question is, where did the expectation come from? Why do we have this expectation? So at some point, everyone encounters setbacks. Not only setback, they will encounter disappointment, a moment that test their resilience. So these experiences can feel overwhelming when we are in the middle of them. Yet they often become the very moment that shape who we ultimately become. Have you ever said that you find yourself in a position in life and you ask yourself, is it design or is it by choice or by design? That naturally you resist against it, but the nature, the situation force you to take that path. At the end of that path, you like who you become. But naturally, it's not the choices that you will want to make by yourself. I'm sure if you listen to this podcast, one or two people will have this kind of aha moment. So when you learn to embrace the lesson life throw at you, and you're able to reflect on the experiences that have shaped you, one thing will start happening to you, which is remarkable. It become more clear or clearer. So two people can go through very similar events, and funny enough, they will emerge with completely different outcomes. One may feel defeated and stuck, while the other grows stronger, wiser, and more determined. Someone once told me about what his ex-wife used to say to him. So when their marriage broke down and they decided to go separate ways, a few months later, the wife called up to check how he's doing. And he realized that he's in a chair and awful mood. And he was sharing what he's been doing with his life. Why the wife still reminiscent about what they built, what they've lost. He remarkably, after a few months, have taken a course to study psychology. And I asked him, why do you study psychology? And he said he wanted to understand himself and able to help other people. And because of this breaking down of his marriage in his life, being a science engineering person, he's never thought that is something, the path that he will have chose to do. But his wife said, why are you always using our breaking down, our separation as a means to study? Why is you have to learn from it? It's sad. But he didn't say it that way. But it took years for his wife to come to the conclusion that is actually right, the way he approached it. But what's remarkable about this story is that it took him months to realize what he needed to do, and he went for it. And it took the other person years before they come to that awareness, because they are attached to the expectation, they are attached to the outcome they want to see. And those outcomes didn't come the way they expected. So the difference is often found in a single quality: resilience. Resilience, so let's look at it this way. What exactly do I mean by resilience? It's just the ability to recover from difficulties, and despite the difficulties, you're able to have enough fuel within you to keep moving forward. It is not about ignoring pain or pretending challenges do not exist. But instead, resilience is about acknowledging the difficulty while choosing to grow from it. Developing this mindset is essential for anyone pursuing personal growth and long-term success. And what is really remarkable about talking about resilience is because many people who demonstrate strong resilience share a similar perspective. And what are these perspectives that I'm referring to here? They view adversity not simply as suffering, but as an opportunity for learning and development. That was the reason why I gave the example of a couple that went separate well, and the husband decided to look inward and to reflect on what has happened of 12 years of marriage and how they fight all the time and they push and pull throughout it. So this mindset allowed them to transform difficult experiences into valuable life lessons that strengthen their character and expand their perspective. And the philosopher Confucius captured this idea in a timeless insight. He put it this way: Our greatest glory lies not in never failing or falling, but in rising every time we fall. Failure and hardships are inevitable part of life. What truly matters is our response to them. We cannot deflect from it. We cannot run away. We cannot wish that it didn't happen. In fact, many of our most uncomfortable experiences often provide the greatest opportunity for growth. I don't know about you if you listen to me right now. If I look back to my own personal life, I learned a lot more from the setback than I learned when things are working really according to the plan. So when everything in life feels easy, we rarely stop to question our habits or challenge our thinking. Comfort can lead to complacency. We can start taking things for granted because it just work. But challenges, however, force reflection and change. Consider a moment when something did not go as planned, a career setback, the loss of an opportunity, or a relationship that unexpectedly ended, like the example that I gave. In the moment, these experiences may feel discouraging or painful. Yet, with time and reflection, many people discover that these challenges push them toward growth they would not have otherwise pursued. As I'm bringing this toward the end, let's quickly take a look at how overcoming challenges contribute to personal growth. Obstacles have a powerful way of revealing our strengths. We don't always have an accurate reflection of what we make of, what we're capable of. Sometimes situations push us to it. So they highlight areas where we need improvement and encourage us to develop patience, perseverance, and discipline. Often they reveal capability we did not even know we possess. This is why resilience is not simply about endurance, it is about transformation. So I'm going to ask you and encourage you to continue to use your experiences as tools for learning and development. With reflection, patience, and resilience, even the most difficult moment can become the foundation for transformation. And if you want to see the full details of this podcast, then we also have an article on our website, www.lifeforlivingwell.com, about this particular topic, where we cover it in the full details. And we can also find it on the mediums. If you visit the medium regularly, you can search for Richard O. And then you will see some of the articles that push into the medium. And this particular podcast also have the article associated to it. So I hope this message helps someone. Until we catch up again, please subscribe to our channel and please share the platform mediums to your friends and family. Until we meet again, stay safe and have a wonderful week. Ciao.